So for Vlogmas, I wanted to go and sit down, do some makeup. I wanted to do a traditional Christmas look, like red lips, everything, because that's how I'm feeling right now. Now, I've been using two primers lately for some reason. I've been using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Primer on all over my face, and then just on the high points, I use the dewy one. So I'm almost out of this one. It's crazy. I think I might have used this one on my wedding day, I think. I believe I did. But I don't have that much left. I have like bare minimum left. I'm like, I just need to go and grab another one. Or maybe try another primer. Is there any other primers you guys would recommend? Possibly? I'm always down to trying new ones. Especially since I don't wear foundation. I kind of need primer, so. And I can't get away with just wearing the dewy one. It just looks like an oil slick mess. Unfortunately. Because my skin's pretty dry. Then I like to take the dewy one and just kind of get like a little bit on my fingers. Like, not that much. I kind of just dab it on the high points. You know, my nose. And like right there, and just kind of really blend that in. And I find like it gives like a nice, well, obviously it's a dewy primer, but I think it gives like a nice little subtle glow to the skin. If I didn't wear makeup all the time, I would do this and just have like a nice subtle glow. At least I look a little bit more alive. So now that that is sinking into my skin, I'm just gonna go and throw on some brows off of camera to save us some time. I'm going to be using the ColourPop brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. I think it's a really good match. Even though I don't have any of my natural going in, I think this is a spot-on match if you are around my normal hair color, which you can see in other videos where you see my natural hair color going in. Since I've got my brows on, I'm just going to go ahead and prime. I'm using the e.l.f. Sheer Eyeshadow Lock Primer, and I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Single in Brulee to go and set everything. If you guys haven't noticed, I changed my hair color. Obviously it's not silver anymore, it's more of a champagne-y, natural-ish blonde compared to silver hair. I don't know, I was just getting kind of over it. Like, I loved the silver hair, and I still really do love it. But I just kind of got sick of it, you know? I think I just needed a change, and I think that was a much needed change. I've had silver hair since, even before my wedding, I had gray hair. So I needed some sort of change, and I do really like the color. It looks different on camera. It's not as yellow looking in person than it is on camera. It looks really yellow, like, on camera. But it's more of a nice champagne. It's such a pretty color. I love it. So I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. If you don't have it, you know, you don't need it. I'm sure you can find other colors like this somewhere else in your collection, I am sure. I'm just going to be taking the color Nude, which is just like a nice taupey kind of color. And I'm just going to go and fluff that all over my crease. That is it with that palette. Now this look is going to be super simple. Now when I think of Christmas time and makeup, I think of sparkles, champagne colors. So I'm just going to be taking the LA Colors highlighter in the shade Champagne. You can just find any sort of champagne, warm kind of color, or like a nice bronze. And I'm really just going to put this like all over my lid. So I'm just going to give you guys a swatch of it, because I love this highlighter, but it's way too dark. Color like this, like about that shade. We're just going to put this all over my lid and kind of mesh it up to the crease. I'm just going to put that on my finger and just kind of tap it onto my lid to give it a nice sheen and wash. Because I don't want, with red lipstick, I mean, depending on my mood, sometimes I don't want a nice bold eye look with it. Sometimes I think I just want the red lipstick to be telling the main story and have the eyes just kind of giving the details. So I'm just really gonna just tap this onto my eye and give it a nice wash, and it kind of just blends itself in there. That is all I'm going to be doing with eyeshadow besides inner corner highlight, which will come later. Next, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline ink metallic in the shade Stellar Sand. This kind of inspired me to do like a nice simple look. I'm just going to go and use this as a liner today. It's a very beautiful kind of cool tone bronze, and you have to shake these up. But that is a swatch of it. Super pretty, and that's kind of what I was inspired. There. It's like a better swatch. That's what it looks like. Super pretty. Kind of line my eye with it. So I just put on some Lash Princess mascara, the volume one, my favorite one of all time. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my face. So I like to do cream products first. So I'm just going to go and contour my face. I'm using the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Toughest Taupe. I think it's a nice taupey color for my skin tone to contour with. My cousin taught me this trick. After I go ahead and contour or just do anything like that, I just take I'm taking my Real Techniques, this is a foundation brush, but I use it for blending. I'm just going to take it and just kind of go over it. Just really blend that out. And it just helps it blend out and just look very natural on the skin. Then I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronzer and bronze it, and I have the light shade. I feel like I might need to go a bit darker because this is a little too warm for my liking, but it may just be the bronzer itself. But I'm just going to be taking my Wet n Wild bronzing brush that I love so much because it's a dragon one, and I love dragons. Just going to go and dip into this. Now, I think I take my bronzer a little bit differently than everyone else. I'm going to be taking it and putting it on this area right here. Now for blush, I'm just going to be taking the Tarte blush in the shade Party. I've been loving this blush for a long time. I use this as on my wedding day in my crease. I love this blush so much. It's going to be really sad when I run out because I don't know if they sell this one as like a shade for everyone to go and grab. I don't know. Someone let me know down in the comments below. But I've just been really love over blushing my face. I don't know what it is about it, but I think it's so, so beautiful. So I'm just going to go and put that on the apples of my cheeks. And I like to take it back into my bronzer and just kind of marry the two together. Now for even more blush, I'm going to be going into the LA Colors Red Rouge in the shade Awesome. I love this blush, you guys. It's such a natural kind of pink. And I think it will work for a multiple of skin tones. I don't think it will work for all skin tones, but I think it would work for quite a bit of skin tones. So maybe like the light, obviously the fair people to medium. I'm not sure how this would look on deep complexion. I'm not sure about that, but it is, you know, for multiples of skin tones at least. So I'm just going to be taking it and just going to go and grazing because this blush is super pigmented, as you saw. And now I'm going to be taking it onto my nose, like just the tip of it, or the whole right there. And I think it just adds like a little kiss of, you know, it looks like you're blushing even though my whole face turns a tomato red. But we can just, you know, just pretend. Now after all that is said and done, I'm just going to go with this brush and just kind of go over everything. And just really just kind of buff everything together. Take it onto my forehead and just blend. I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. Shimmer Highlighting Powder in the shade Pearl Glow. I love this shade, you guys. This is like the perfect highlight for my kind of skin tone. I am just so in love with it. I recommend it to everyone. I'm just going to be taking the Alamar blending brush. This came like this. I know it's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be more like that looking. But when I got it in my BoxyCharm, this is what it looked like. So I just use it for a highlighting brush. So I'm just going to take that and just highlight the tops of my cheekbones. It's such a beautiful highlight. And I've been loving taking it onto like this part of my cheek. For some reason, I think it makes them look a bit rounder and just more, you know, make it look like I have more dimension. Really been liking that. I just think it just looks so beautiful when you just turn your head to the side and at the tip of my nose and just kind of going around circles. No, I really do like the nose highlight. That's one thing I really got into this year. But I really do blend it out, so it's not too harsh. And I'm just going to be taking my finger and just going to put it in my tear duct, because I think I was missing that. Now for the star of the show, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Outlast Custom Reds. This is in the shade 830 Universal, and this is what it looks like. I just thought this was perfect. I don't know if I'm going to be wearing it for 24 hours, just to see. I may do that in another future wear test, but not today. Apply lip color to clean lips. Let it dry for 60 seconds. Don't press lips together. And apply moisturizing top coat and use a lip balm to refresh. To remove Outlast, use CoverGirl Clean Up. Yeah, okay. So it has a big doe foot applicator. So now that we got it on, I'm just going to wait till this dries for 60 seconds. So everything is dry. Everything. So I'm just going to be putting on this top coat because it is super drying. I mean, super drying. Such a pretty color. It definitely is universal. There's no warmth to it. There's no coolness. It's just a straight up red. You guys, this is the finished look. I hope you do enjoy it, and we'll test this baby out to see if you were to wear this to a party, how would it wear? Guys, it's the end of the day, and the red lipstick is still on. It's still looking good. It's not looking as like fresh. You can kind of see, you know, it's a little bit dry in the center. Not by much. I only applied the lip balm once when I first tried it on, so I'm not going to go and hold that against me. If you guys are looking for a really good red lipstick for Christmas, this is the one. So be sure to go and pick it up at your local drugstore, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.